Evening, King. Or late night, midnight. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you coming on out to spend some time with us. Sorry for the near silence. Just finishing off my publication. Still haven't figured out how to mass spam out the notifications, but I'm working on it. I've got a request into the Discord devs to see if there's a way I can do that quicker. I think the answer is more complex than it needs to be. But I am willing to go there because there is a way that's built in to Discord to do it, which is actually pretty cool. It's just it requires some interaction between Discord owners, which of course means that any of us that do not respond to each other's requests will not
Apex personnel, please check your duty roster for
will not
important
mass
updates.
produce the same notifications. I'm going to very quickly refresh my drink. I was remiss in not doing so. I'm going to give folks a chance to come on in. I see 3 of us have made it in here, so I will be standing by for one moment, and then we'll get kicked off, and as more people show up, I've got some discussion. I want some feedback from you guys, my fans. So I will be back in less than 30 seconds.
Superintendent Cash reminds everyone all power grid adjustments must be approved beforehand.
All right. And if you guys were among the people I grew up with, one of you would have been timing me for that brief interruption. But I'm pretty sure that we can verify that I was less than 30 seconds.
Good to see you.
I didn't even know there were Solarian women. I mean, obviously I knew there were Solarian women. Why was... There was something down here saying I could interact.
Any logistics updates are due with
Or I can just jump over the damn desk. She won't talk to me. Okay. I like that I could jump over that desk. Clearly, whichever mission I'm currently tracking is telling me to get my butt to the tramway.
Top scientists have few answers. The dark energy anomaly known as the Scourge limits travel and communication.
I ended up screwing up my own eyes
Is HNS.
during character creation. However, this was supposed to be a character based on me as a young man.
What a mess. It could be worse.
A violent illness related
Christian, welcome aboard. Glad you could come by. So, my dilemma on Wednesday nights has always been Mass Effect 2 was very popular, and I wanted to make sure that people got a chance to see the story without having the opportunity to forget bits and pieces. But Mass Effect Andromeda is much more exploration-based.
Welcome back.
And much less okay, that should be. Is this completed tasks? No. Oh, I have to return to Podromos to talk to this person. Okay, so I have to go back to EOS, and there's other tasks that brought me back to EOS. Now I remember. So yeah, I'm interested in feedback on returning Mass Effect to Mass Effect Mondays only. Which
Anomaly detected.
I really like. 1 day a week with Mass Effect Andromeda. I think it's a drawn-out exploration game that it lends itself to. You know, we could do this for a year or more.
Pythia system.
1 day a week.
And Prodromos.
And really explore in a way that doesn't happen
Anomaly
without.
on sensors.
It would feel rushed if I did 2 days a week. So I'm thinking I want to go ahead and switch to 1 day a week. But that leaves, what are we going to do on Wednesdays? I do have several spooky games. I can go through my listing. Or I can start looking for people to commit to a Sea of Thieves and the Sea of Thieves could end up being a later thing as well. It doesn't have to be now doing Sea of Thieves. But it should be an option, in my opinion. For Spooktober, of course, I recommend spookiness.
Coordinating. Path is calm.
But you guys are my fans. You're my reason for being here. So I want to know your opinions. What do you want to see here on the Games channel? And Sea of Thieves can certainly be spooky if we go with the intent of only displaying, you know, if we go after Skellies as a primary foe and try and avoid other interactions, because let's face it, the Skellies in Sea of Thieves fit Spooktober spectacularly. There is a lack of Mountain Blade streams, but there's also a lack of my games library, which somewhat precludes me adding it to my stream. It's not an absolute no. Hey, Beezer, welcome aboard. Yeah, it's not an absolute no. It's just a difficult thing to add. But that is something I will keep in mind.
Trevian. I understand I was pulled from cryo ahead of schedule. My family is grateful.
but I consider it my debt.
Everyone gets out eventually.
That may be, but the least I can do is show you the benefit. I'm exo-studies now, but in a former life, let's say I knew tactics. If I supplied the Ket on this planet, I drifted in, and there's only so many gravitational paths. Here's some navs to check for anomalies. Good hunting, Pathfinder.
There we go. Find Ket caches in the Pythias system.
Ryder.
Yeah, thanks for knowing my name.
Not much of an accent, but Dr. Hello.
So yeah, I will definitely keep Mountain Blade as an option. And Mountain Blade is not so expensive that I can't add it to my repertoire. However, it is not currently in the lexicon. Like I said, I've picked up a large number of spookiness programs. Some that most of us probably haven't heard of, which
Leaving Atwell. All clear.
I think is going to be a treat. I know most of them
Ryder.
I hadn't heard of when I started looking at them. And I specifically went for some of the more
Anomaly on sensors.
obscure ones. Okay, I'm looking for Ket caches. So I suppose I have to look at other planets. Yeah, she didn't tell me I could.
Anomaly on sensors.
Normally she's pretty good at giving me a heads up, so we'll try the other planets first. I think it would be very fun to do some spooky stuff. And even Sea of Thieves can be some spooky stuff, which we all know. Duh. Hit the right button.
I'm picking up something.
You pick up lots of something, Subi. But I'm thinking that the explanation or the exploration aspect of this game is making me want to go ahead and work it a little bit longer between streams, so it gives me the chance to fully mentally see the impacts of our week's exploration.
Anomaly on sensors.
Hey, Doug, welcome aboard. No anomaly here.
I'm picking up something.
So now the only planet left is going to be Eos again. So let's see if the sensors are going to... That's the landing zone that we're expected at.
I'm picking up something.
Well, talk to me, Suvi. Give me a hint where you're picking it up. Yeah, I've already picked that up.
I'm picking up something.
I've been to Pele. I've been to all these planets. It won't let me select the moons, which is really crappy because I'm sure the moons in Mass Effect 2 were certainly searchable. Alright, I need to...
I'm picking up something.
find Ket caches in the Pythias system. Well, I'm in the Pythias system. If I go further out... Yeah, I'm definitely as far out in the Pythias system as I can get, so... Let's try again at Pele. Continue searching these planets until we find what it is we're supposed to be looking for. It says in system, so... Well, that's the thing. Wednesday is Sea of Thieves Day, so what might end up happening is Star Wars might move from Friday to Wednesday, and then Friday night might be Sea of Thieves night, Spooktober, and heck, might stay Sea of Thieves night if
Anomaly on sensors.
it's well received. I know I've just been over to that planet. She keeps saying anomaly on sensors. So there's something we haven't seen.
Anomaly detected. Anomaly on sensors.
All right, Doug. That's the same satellite I've already seen. There's no other anomalies on this planet.
Anomaly on sensors.
If you were an anomaly, where would you be? I can't go to anything but the planets that are marked.
Anomaly on sensors.
And if you get anywhere close to a planet with your with that outer ring, it looks like, yeah, it picks it up.
Anomaly detected. Probes launched. I found something.
There we go. Very poorly explained user interface. Well,
Jury in
Christian,
front
that's
of
one
Neos
of the
has good
things.
instincts. Let's check it out.
I have like 6 random Steam games that were backups for the, because some of these games, some of the bigger games I play, like Mass Effect Andromeda and Star Wars Squadrons, which is in the queue for after The Force Unleashed is done, they have the problem of sometimes when they go through patching that I have an issue until EA patches their launcher before I can play them again. So I have a bunch of like zombie shooting games, and there's one, I'm trying to remember the name of it, and it's slipping from my mind right now, but it's a horror game from Sweden based in the Half-Life engine. So there's a lot of things I can work with in place of Mass Effect Andromeda on Wednesdays. And especially because I've already got Andromeda on Mondays, I like the idea of...
I'm picking up something. Deploying probe.
Yeah,
Tracking a huge mineral deposit.
doing that again with one of those other programs. Beyond Frontiers I'm not familiar with, but I'm certainly willing to look at it.
I'm picking up something. Probe away. Getting a scan.
Possible Ket supplies, just like Dark had suggested.
Okay, so we have now... We have more to do on EOS, unfortunately, but we have now done that part. I too like the change of universe if you're streaming twice in a single day. I do agree with that. I like having my biotic with me, but I think I can't choose somebody else. I should be able to choose somebody else. There we go. I haven't traveled with our Krogan Drac, our Rogue PB. Welcome back, Doug. Glad to have you. Hope everything's worked for you. Let's take PB this time out and see what
Descent is green.
what she gets up to.
Coordinating. Path is calm.
There is a Star Trek game that I'm trying to get a copy that works with Windows 10. I played it a long time ago, and it's basically just a space combat game. It's based on the old tabletop Starfleet battles. So if any of you are familiar with that game, you'll know the basic idea of how it goes. You have to manage your starship. Fallout 4, I'm working on putting together a new mod list. I had a serious crash of the game that caused me to lose a lot of data. However, I've got the game working again, and I've restored some data from backups, but I'm thinking that Fallout 4 might go to a, when I return to the channel with it, I might go to a survival mode playthrough, and then on to some other aspect of building. But yes, Christian, I definitely plan on bringing Fallout 4 back to the channel. It was never my intent to take it off channel.
I've seen enough wastelands. Where's the celebration for managing to live here?
Fallout 4 in story
Think that's
mode is definitely on my list, so never fear, Fallout will be returning. And let's face it, that's where most of you and I met, was in Fallout.
Used to watch the lights from Site 2. One night, nothing.
Radiation levels increase.
Resilience. Promise. Or like death and starvation.
Well, I know who's not naming our next outpost. This is where Chief Reynolds died.
Soundstorms would have buried the body long ago. I suggest scanning.
Karkins.
Pathfinder, there is an armor piece buried deep. A leg bracer. Scan indicates tissue and bone fragments clinging to it. DNA identified as Chief Reynolds. Indications suggest his body was torn to pieces.
So the Chief became Karkin food.
Oh, man.
The remaining armor will be scattered, or perhaps brought to a nest. The chest piece and his Omni tool may explain his death.
Then we keep searching and scanning.
Another armor piece. Chief Reynolds' helmet.
The search continues.
Target down!
Wow, that's a resilient bug at range. There will be a new playthrough on my next Fallout.
So, Cora, you like numbers, contingencies, all that. We're going to make it here. Aren't we?
I hope so. It'd be pretty stupid to come all this way just to fail. True.
Cool. Good to know.
Pathfinder. The scan has picked up Chief Reynolds' chest piece, confirming single shot. Unable to determine weapon type, but entry point was at the back. Exit blast through the chest.
By all accounts, Nilken was in front of the Chief when he fired. So it wasn't his shot that killed him.
The Chief's Omni tool might shed some light.
Yeah, I don't think sniping school is going to be an issue on that one. I think that's just game mechanic. I was out of range.
Picking up additional armor scraps. I believe it's a trail leading to a cave nearby.
Could be where the nest is located. It's a Karkin nest, all right. Fan out.
Target down!
Oh, mineral. Here I am shooting the shit, thinking it's like eggs or something.
Confirming initiative equipment, including Omni tool assigned to Security Chief Hiram Reynolds. If you power it up, I can exhume its data. Accessing data. The Chief was scanning at the time of death. The scan picked up 2 shots. 1. A standard initiative rifle report,
I like
which
the
missed.
weapons in this game.
The other from behind. A Ket pulse weapon.
So Nilken didn't shoot Reynolds. He's innocent.
Seems clear to me. Good work.
Pathfinder, there is also an audio recording.
Go ahead and play it.
No!
Where's Nilken?
Sorry, old friend. Had to do it. I'm not dying on this rock.
That sounds like...
Confirming. Voice identified as suspect, Nilken. So he did not kill the Chief.
But he meant to. Need another chat with the man.
Because this is the best use of my time. Traveling back and forth across the oasis. Alright, the thing is saying I'm near minerals. Didn't I put a miner over here already? Thought I did.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Alright, so it is mining. All on its own. That's all I needed to know.
Bumpy ride getting this far. I doubt any of our vehicles were tested this hard.
I doubt any of our vehicles were tested this hard either. Oh, look, we just got some of the minerals that... There's some iron over there. Lots of iron. We got a brief amount of... everything. Now it looks like Flatline has probably finished its mining.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Really? This far away from that? That seems like a bad idea. Game's in charge. I just work here. Operation Flashpoint. No, I have not played that game. Yeah, I do understand that folks liked both World of Tanks and World of Warships. Some separately, some both. I am occasionally monitoring what Wargaming is doing, but
Life support is back online.
they are not really moving away from the model that they've decided on, which I can't support them. I'll miss the games. I really did enjoy World of Warships especially, but
Ascent is go.
yeah, I have no idea how that mining
clear.
robot works, but it does what it does, and we get resources for it, and it is
Right.
better than, oh, somebody wants to talk to me, maybe?
Oh, the ship manual's useful. That leg of my workbench needed propping up.
If you bothered reading it, you'd know that the Tempest is an orchestra of new tech. You can't just meddle with...
I got this ship launch ready in record time, Callow. I know my stuff.
And you don't have a shred of respect for other people's.
Callow?
Oh, Ryder. Sorry you had to hear that.
That's what you wanted me to hear? Okay. That's why I like talking to Suvi better than Callow. Whenever Callow says my name, all he wants to do is talk about somebody else. I still need to go there, but this and this look like they might be other colony worlds, and they also might help me out with finding the arms.
Anomaly on sensors. Deploying probe. Anomaly found.
Well, take me to it. What the heck is this? Oh, get me that Ezo. That sweet, sweet Ezo. They really did some great animations on this game. Just like the other Mass Effect games, the animations are really beautiful. Now, not to be a stickler about their in-game logic, but you can see all of the green out there. Can I eat this plant? No. Can I eat this plant? No. Shouldn't the priority be on plants that you can eat if you're growing plants?
I don't care what she says.
I did look at possibly going with War Thunder as far as combat games go. And while I do like some aspects of War Thunder, I'm not set up
I hear
with
you
a...
went down to EOS. Did you find anything to
Doug,
help
I'm
my
sure
case?
they grow for air. I'm
You're
sure
a
of it.
liar. The Chief's Omni-Tool recorded you over the body admitting to killing him.
What? Wait, that's not... What are you trying to pull?
Sam, playback.
Sorry, old friend. Had to do it. I'm not dying on this rock. Well, shit. Guess my fate is sealed.
Except that your shot missed. A Ket blast to the back killed Reynolds.
Are you serious? I'm innocent? What a stroke of luck. The conviction will have to be overturned. The sentence thrown out.
I'm going to Tan, and I might have a different opinion. You did try to cover it all up.
Look, I'm sorry I lied, but if my shot missed, I'm innocent. Plain and simple.
We'll see about that.
You know, attempted murder is still a crime.
Maintenance crews, please report to the commons area.
I'm supposed to go speak to Tan. Why was it acting like the thing zipped off to the left there? Hi, Sunshine.
Superintendent Cash reminds everyone, all power grid adjustments must be approved beforehand.
This is how all those worlds look from the Nexus. I forget how beautiful they are.
No, I am not imagining things, Cash. The air in here is too cold.
Our ventilation system is uniform across the station.
Nonsense. It is at least several degrees warmer everywhere else.
It's all in your head, Tan. I have to go.
I know you're doing this on purpose.
And now I really have to go.
Something I can help you with?
Exactly,
Director, I checked out
Beezer.
that murder. Nilken didn't do it, but there's proof that he meant to.
This is unfortunate. We're trying to give the people a sense of stability, leadership they think they can count on. And we're setting precedent for justice here in Andromeda. Now this, a convicted murderer who didn't commit the murder.
I hear you. It sucks when things aren't black and white.
Are they ever?
Attempted murder is a
If we suppress the
crime.
evidence and uphold the conviction, we're banishing a man for a crime he technically didn't commit. If we throw the conviction out, we're freeing a man who tried to take matters into his own hands, then covered it up. Your investigation complicated this. You should take responsibility for the outcome. Do we still exile him for murder?
All right. Because the choice is to exile him for a murder he didn't commit, or let him go because apparently in this universe, attempted murder is not a crime, the answer has to be release him. I mean, I understand that attempted murder might not hold the same penalty as actual murder. Depending on circumstances. And depending, here in the United States, attempted murder generally gets you about 10 years, depending on what state you're in. Some states more, some states less. Murder, usually 20 to life. Some states more, some states less. But it's still a crime. In this situation, we're being told attempted murder is not a crime to them. And if attempted murder is not a crime, based on the information we have, you have no choice. You have to release it.
It was crazy down there. Life and death. But his shot didn't kill Reynolds. We have to let him go.
You're a bottom line type of person. I hope we don't regret it. All right, so be it. He will do community service for his role in the chaos. But he's a free man. Well, at least we'll have this sordid business behind us.
I hated doing that because he should be punished for the crime he committed. But it's not a crime.
The hostage crisis in hydroponics immediately after the human pathfinder negotiated an agreement between protesters and Nexus officials. Tensions reached a boiling point after protesters complained their families were being kept in stasis in favor of sleepers with political connections. This is HNS.
I really just... That whole quest left a bitter taste in my mouth. I thought I did that. Do I have to go back to EOS again? This is what irritates me about this game. You can't tell the game to track all the quests for a certain planet. Yeah, there should have been a third choice. There should have been a, maybe not exile, choice. I think it would be fair to say exile is too extreme for what he did.
You're listening to HNS, your source for news in Helios, an independent arm
But
of the
they
Andromeda.
gave me the choice of convict him of murder that he didn't commit or let him go. And ignore the crimes that he did commit. Not a fan of this. There's some interface things they could have done better. The quest wheel thing. You can have several quests in one location that you can't track all at the same time, and they turn up in different categories of quests. And I know I'm not the memory king here, so keeping track of those quests is probably easier for somebody who has better recall of little facts. I'm not going to claim that it's all the game's fault, but you should be able to select, okay, there's quests on Eos.
Home of Eos and Prodromos.
Well, if there's quests on Eos, why is it in Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, when you highlighted the planet or when you came into the system, it showed you what quests were there? You weren't tracking those quests. But now, if you're not tracking the quest properly, I don't even have biotic powers. At least I don't think I do. I don't remember what I selected. I selected engineer, didn't I?
Descent is green.
No, the planet's brown, dude.
Coordinating. Path is calm.
I think that some little things could have been done better in Andromeda's interface. And the promotional material could have made it a lot clearer what kind of game we were walking into. Because a lot of people thought they were getting another Mass Effect, basically Mass Effect 4, is what people thought when they were told that Andromeda was coming out. And the early trailers kind of agreed with that. Now you see, I have no markers on my HUD. Anywhere. Except for that one that says up. So let's look at the map and see if it's going to help us in any way. That's where we are. That's the research station. I don't need a waypoint there. And there's no indicators here to go to another location. So let's go to the research station and see if it will allow me to use the research station. That symbol, if I'm not mistaken, is a memory thing. A memory trigger. So as I go over here, let's see if I can climb up to the memory trigger. Shouldn't be too tough. I mean, it's a little bit of a climb, but I don't even know if that's in the radiation zone or not.
Detecting above normal radiation levels.
I kind of like Eos. Could be Stockholm Syndrome.
Alright, I want to go left here. It's frustrating, too, that some things don't work the way that they do in other games. For example, turning the map on is simple. I hit M and the map pops up. That's universal in most games. Also in most games, hitting M again closes the map.
Here they come!
It does not do so in this.
Nice work.
Really don't like coming back here.
What do I have to sell? Sell all salvage.
The failure here was expensive, Pathfinder. It's worn all of us down. Not just our shuttles.
And the research center's over here. Hold the jetpack long enough to use it. So come in here and research center. Development. Avenger 2 assault rifle. Biotic Amp 2. Carnifex 2. Raptor 2. What am I currently using? That's a sniper rifle. Am I even allowed to carry a sniper rifle? One of the things that they... Okay. There's a note on each of these. Okay, that's my machine pistol. That's my... maybe a sniper, maybe assault rifle. So I only have 2 weapons I'm allowed to carry. I know I can use a machine pistol. I would love to know what I'm already using. And it doesn't really tell me. There we go, inventory. I'm using the Pathfinder Pioneer assault rifle. And I am using the Pathfinder Ranger pistol, which is a machine pistol. I don't know that this is going to give me any Pathfinder material. There we go. A deep impact. What's that? No idea. That's a sniper rifle. I can upgrade the Pathfinder Ranger to the Ranger 2. And I can probably upgrade the rifle to the Pioneer 2. So let's do the Ranger pistol. +5 damage bonus to armor. +2 power damage to armor. Okay, so I see what that difference is. +5 all combo damage. Oh, I don't know how to use combos in this game, to be honest, so we'll assign that one. And we'll assign that one. And we'll craft. No. No, I don't. Because I have the Ranger 1. I'm trying to do the Ranger 2. Fine. I have to tell it to develop the weapon I already have. And I don't have anything for the level 2 stuff. But at least I did that.
And we're on the move. And we're on the move.
How do I get you to stop being on the move? Because that's gonna piss me off. Oh my good lord. I'm an engineer. I am. Good. See, in Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, using the E or the Q key would assign my teammates to go to the location I was pointing to. Now it appears to be give both squad mate orders is X, right squad mate and left squad mate Z, and they don't have a stop action button, do they? You gotta be kidding me. They have zero option to not do... Are you kidding me? No. Instead of giving me the option of saying, you go here, you go there, okay, everybody come back. They have, you go there, and both of you go there. So now I've got to walk them over to the vehicle. And hope they get in it with me. If I can get to it without getting myself too terribly lost. Funny how I have a map leading me directly to the damn thing. Hopefully they'll lose that, command when I leave the area, when I leave the vehicle again. Alright, let's see what else is in the journal. Hello? No, I didn't want the map. Didn't want that. Didn't want that. Nope. There we go. The journal. Yeah. No, that's not the journal. There's no markers for naming the dead, so I just have to find them at random. Remnant cores, no markers for that one, if I'm not mistaken. I'll go check to see if there's any markers. Something that might be a marker. I wanted to go up and check this, so I need to find a way out on the other side and up this cliff. So follow the road out the other side of this. It goes under this piece of ground here, and as it comes up and turns, I need to try and scoot up that hill. Oh, I thought it goes under something. I'm not even looking at the road. So maybe if I can go straight up this hill over here... I'll be close. Hard part is it's above and to the left of me, so it's up on that plateau, I bet. I'm closing Muster Delta Point, calling the evacuation complete. No one's left responding. I swore to them. Resume. Enough of that. I couldn't even finish one damn project that might have saved them. This rock beat us, and I accept my part. Joining the shuttle out, likely back into cryo. I won't be a drain if this is the long slide. But if there's a way to finish what we started, I'll be back. Chief Engineer Grace Leto, out.
Recording Initiative, Cryo Identification, E97 Durango. Chief Engineer Grace Leto.
Last one out during the evac.
She took risks and they didn't work. But nothing worked.
She still left. Some of us kept trying.
Severe radiation alert, Pathfinder.
Yeah, I see that. And you're gonna make the truck burn if I go that way. So I'm not gonna go that way. Who brought a vehicle over here?
Radiation within safe levels.
Oh, these were here before. Okay.
Don't worry, baby. We're going to bring the Asari Ark home.
Who's worried? The Lucinia's okay or it's not. Either way, not much I can do.
You don't care that thousands of your people are missing?
My people can figure it out. I've got Remnant to work on.
Speed bump!
It's little interface things like that that I think really hurt this game when it was released. They didn't have to make it difficult. They chose to. I don't see why they changed the ground combat controls, for example, when ground combat in this version is functionally identical to ground combat in 1, 2, and 3. Rhonda, glad to have you.
Ascent is go.
Leaving Atmo. All clear.
Alright, the map is still on the M button. Leaving the map, you have to escape and escape.
Welcome back.
When we get to the Nexus, I'll show you the map interface, which it's just another example of it being frustrating that they made structural changes to the keys that were completely unnecessary. This works in every other game and in the games that they produce, but not in this game that they produce. Excuse me, Lieutenant, you're in the way. You know, I get it. They wanted to do something different with space travel mission. You know, the space travel in both the galaxy and inner system. So they made this slightly different interface. I don't even object to this interface. This one's kind of cool. But the ground interface, I don't understand why I need a third button to tell both of my squad mates to go to the same location when I can literally just hit Z and C in the same spot, or Z and X in the same spot, and tell them individually to both go there. But there's no button to tell them both to come back to me. And when I hit the M button, I get the map. I can go anywhere on the map, I can zoom in on the map, I can move the map around. I can set a waypoint on the map, I can remove a waypoint from the map. But when I hit M, nothing happens. Hit escape, and hit escape. It doesn't make the interface easier. And it forces you to move your left hand around the keyboard a lot more than most other games. I mean, literally, in most other games, I can keep my ring finger, pointer, and middle finger on ASD. I can do all my movement, and I can reach over with my thumb and hit M. So I can still look at the map without ever moving my hand. But in this, every once in a while it'll tell you hit right shift or right control to do X.
Hydroponics reports oxygen production is nominal.
Hello again, Pathfinder.
I have info on a specific sleeper I'd like brought out of cryo.
Did you forget the stink that playing favorites has already caused? Look, you're the Pathfinder. If you've a request for your extended team, that's a request you can make. Access the sleeper records through Brekker's console. It's none of my business. Until you make it a problem for me. Understood?
Yes, Pathfinder.
I have a specific person I want brought out of cryo.
Name and designation if available.
I heard that the chief engineer on EOS went back into cryo.
There have been a few such requests. The first few months in Helios were disheartening.
Now that Prodromos is on track, I want her redeployed.
Chief Engineer Grace Lito, designation E97 Durango. Deployment will begin shortly. Is there anything else?
I don't know, because it doesn't tell me. So
another time.
Pathfinder.
They made this beautiful game. They followed their normal progression with all of the game. It's got the background conversations happen almost literally whether you're listening to them or not. I mean, you have to be within a certain range to trigger them, but they happen. They're not just replays of a single conversation. They're multiple conversations. You can hear people talking to other people through comm badges, you can see people interacting with machinery and getting frustrated. You know, all of these things that are all extra to the game, which is something BioWare does beautifully. From what I can tell, these stories are actually quite intriguing. You want to complete the story. As here's a great example, Path of a Hero. This is the reporter wants to find out more about what's happening. And right now it's on hold because she's not looking for any more information about EOS. EOS is now successful, as far as we know right now. So she doesn't have to give any more about it. So she doesn't need to talk to me. She'll come see me, or I'll pass by her the next time something big happens. But then you've got... you discovered a research station left behind by one of EOS's first settlers. Sam theorizes there may be more at other remnant sites. But there were no markers. And I've been to all the remnant sites I know of. Hey, Eclectic Witch. Welcome aboard. And then you took squad mechanics that were working fine in your game that you based this game off of and changed, you didn't just change the keystrokes, you changed one of the key operations, which is calling your squad back to you. You know, what were they thinking? I understand why there was a lot of irritation with this situation. And I do kind of feel bad about it. Oh, it looks like we succeeded in our Apex mission. Let me go back to Apex and see if there's another mission I can do. And one of the things that they removed from the interface that boggles my mind is you can hotkey into your map or your journal directly, which is great. And then you can't hotkey back out. Send a strike team. Two hours that I'll have to leave the game running after the end of the stream to make,
enemy activity. Zones 2,
or
12, 19.
maybe it will update after a save. I don't know how that works. But like here, journal. Jay takes me directly to my journal, just like any other game. You can't hit J to come back out of your journal. Alright. Before we do the trip to the Honoron system, I am going to take a quick stop in those two systems that are located but not highlighted.
Though Director Tan has provided a few details so far.
Without Jean, we wouldn't be here. But now that we are here, we need to focus on surviving before we can celebrate.
This is HNS.
I can't believe you said that.
Yeah, and like Doug said, the plants are mostly for oxygen. But food-producing plants also produce oxygen. It might be worthwhile to spend, I don't know, some of that space with plants that are going to produce food, too. Eclectic, I imagine there are going to be missions I hate, too. I've never played through.
Hello?
I played the prologue, the planet that you start on, where you do the free fall out of the blown up shuttle. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stream this. I'm not going to continue from here. So, and like I said, it's beautiful. I mean, just look at it. It's absolutely gorgeous.
So this is where the human ark first entered Helios?
Heck of a wake-up call.
That said Habitat 7. If I'm not mistaken, Habitat 7 was where we were supposed to land.
Anomaly detected. Probes launched. Satellite detected.
I think the hate that it generated online may have initially been from it not being a successor to Mass Effect.
Anomaly on sensors.
Which I agree with. It's not a successor to Mass Effect.
Deploying probe. We've got a crater.
It's another game in the same universe. Which also is it's a great thing. How many people have wanted to play a game in the Star Wars universe that doesn't revolve around the Star Wars that we've always known? I know I have. And Star Wars The Old Republic, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic gave us that. Mass Effect could have been, Andromeda could have been advertised as
Anomaly on sensors. Deploying probe.
something beyond
Tracking a huge mineral deposit.
the Mass Effect universe. I would have been thrilled with that idea. But the initial trailer, although we knew it was different people, we thought it's a continuation of Mass Effect. And in effect, you could say it is a continuation because it's well after the fact.
This is about as far as the Nexus surveyors could get before, well...
And exactly, which you're dead on. So many people felt cheated
Anomaly on sensors.
by the ending of 3.
Tracking a huge mineral deposit.
They thought there's no way they're going to screw us in Mass Effect 4. But Mass Effect 4 is not what this is. So, in effect, they sort of did screw us in Mass Effect 4. Because it's not Mass Effect 4. Changing the way your key commands work, so it's no longer just your left hand on the keyboard to control everything in the game. Here's another great example. When you're in the map on Mass Effect 3 and you get down to a planet, you hit escape, you move up in the map. If you hit escape here, you move up into your menu. You have to use spacebar to move up on the map. I'm sure that they had a reason to think that they needed to make that change. But I can't fathom it. I mean, clearly the keystroke commands work. They work in other games. And as my brother told me, they don't just work in other games. They work in other games in this series. So we know that the developers are aware of how those controls work. So changes to the interface, frustrating. Changes to the story that people may not have agreed with, also frustrating. The inability to track multiple Okay, so that's what's in those two systems. The inability to track multiple quests on a single planet at the same time. Frustrating. Good night, BK. I hope you get some rest. I know that you stay up late with the little one.
We're on a collision course with unknown objects.
Make corrections. Sam, are you on this?
Collision is imminent.
All stop, now!
Eclectic, you're right.
A dozen. No, more.
Those cannons look awfully big.
They are scanning us, Pathfinder.
Well, scan them back.
Where is the one who activated the remnant? Their DNA signature is there. Answer me.
You're the one in my way. Who are you?
They've lost navigation.
We're being steered into their ship.
Just tell me what you want.
I won't explain what you can't understand.
Ryder, I have almost regained control of the ship. I need a few more seconds.
I actually know a lot about the Remnant. We should compare notes.
Enough. Your defiance is naive and reckless. This day marks the beginning of your greatness.
Sam?
I have plotted a potential course through the Scourge.
Do it! Report.
Enemy destroyed. Damage to aft sensors.
Scourge got it?
Yes.
Get us out of here.
It will be tight.
Hello? Yes!
I'm very good at finding trouble. Thank you, Doug.
Nice work, kid.
Yeah. But who the hell was that guy?
Ryder, we've got trouble down here. You need to find us a port now.
Great. Where'd we end up anyway?
Sensors are damaged, but I think we're at the vault's coordinates.
You think? Gil, give it what you can. We're setting down.
Why did Liam call me about ship damage? Don't we have an engineer?
We're being contacted.
We have to land. Open a comm.
Tov Jagalesto. Tov Jagalesto.
We're visitors from another galaxy. Our intentions are peaceful.
Av Naleseto.
They've sent us a nav point.
Set us down. Look at that. It's beautiful.
It is a beautiful place, isn't it?
We need in that vault.
Please, you're not really going out there on your own.
We can't afford a repeat of last time. I'm the Pathfinder. First contact is on me.
Most important thing ever. No pressure.
This is what it's all about, right? New worlds, new aliens. Wish me luck.
Am I going out alone? I didn't mean I need to go out alone, guys.
Tasco Jiabayenvat.
Get us qual time you have.
Thank you.
Hey, Hamdalgos.
Mason Roa.
Sound like that guy said they have no guns. I really do like this first contact mission.
I'm Paran Shai, governor of Aya.
This is exciting.
We are the Angara.
Why do you speak
Hello.
English?
I'm a Pathfinder with the Initiative.
Yes, you crossed dark space. I've heard of your journey, Joel. I have this in hand.
Ephra saw this ship come in and sent me to find out what's going on.
He's a human from another galaxy. A pathfinder.
Aya is hidden, protected. What do you want?
We didn't know what we'd find here, to be honest. But I'm open to sharing what we know, if you are.
Honest? Honesty would be a good start.
Why do you speak English?
I'll inform Ephra.
Why can't I ask
He'll
that
be waiting for you in
question?
his office at the Resistance headquarters. I'll meet you there.
I will accompany you through our city. Your crew will stay on your ship. Follow me.
Other than the eyes, my rider is very close to a young RP Games when I joined the army.
Follow closely. Do not try to explore the city or interact with anyone. Ephra's guards will use force if necessary.
Understood. Is it okay to ask you questions?
I suppose.
If you're the governor, why do I need to see this Ephra?
He's leader of the Resistance.
What's that?
They fight the Ket and protect us.
Hey, Hoosier, welcome aboard.
What's happening?
Why do they speak fucking English?
I detect unusual levels of electrostatic energy in the Angara.
This is insane. It belongs in a containment cell.
Let Governor Shai handle this.
You don't know what you're doing.
This is a beautiful place, though.
Am I that intimidating?
You're an outsider who invaded our home. We know nothing about you.
I'm not here to cause trouble.
Then keep moving.
I am moving. I'm just enjoying this view. This place is absolutely gorgeous.
Not it. And stop staring.
That's a human. You've seen one before.
None of the local flora.
They've
match
seen a
same
human before.
identifiers. We've encountered
That
an
person,
undiscovered
that one over
ecosystem.
there just said that they've seen a human
Your
before.
city is beautiful.
Thank you. You're the first outsider to see
Welcome
it.
back, Doug.
I'm honored. What happens if Ephra doesn't like me?
He won't. But you need to earn his trust.
He's responsible for everyone's safety. I know what that's like.
You're a leader.
Trying to be.
This is the Resistance headquarters. Ephra is waiting inside.
And I don't get to speak any more to you to find out anything about him.
They are bullies, but this situation is now your fault. Don't get kicked out, Moran, not because of them.
But you're telling me to be weak?
No. I'm telling you to be strong, through your cunning and heart. Okay? Hey.
He walks as awkwardly as the rest of us.
It really is the best one in the Resistance.
I know. Our experience with the Ket makes us naturally distrustful of all aliens.
We've had our own run-ins with the cat.
Then you really do understand. When the Archon came to Helios, he demolished our sovereign state. Took what he wanted, as if we were nothing. Now, the Ket mercilessly abduct Angara. Often, we never see our people again.
At ease,
Come
Lieutenant.
this way. Ephra is waiting.
Wait, the cat kidnapped you? Steal your people?
And the Resistance fights them every day. With everything we can.
Is it attrition? What are they after?
You should save your questions for Ephra.
Kadara be damned. I won't lose Vold.
Ephra, this is one of the aliens from the Milky Way. A pathfinder.
The Milky
Pathfinder.
Way.
It's an aggressive move coming to Aya.
Alright, I can admit that it's aggressive, and hopefully that heart means I expect him to approve of that. Or I can be apologetic. I've never been apologetic.
My people from the Milky Way were bold enough to come to Andromeda. I need to be at least that bold to save them.
So, Pathfinder, never mind how you even found us. Why are you here?
On a hostile planet we call Eos, I explored an ancient structure, a vault, and brought it back online. It stabilized that planet's environment.
Remnant. Recent intelligence supports that claim.
If I'm right,
how
there's a
did
vault on
PB
Aya
start
that's
calling it
different.
Remnant Tech
I need to look inside.
out of her own mind, and they call it Remnant 2?
You're right. There's a vault out there.
That
but
doesn't
it was shut years
really
ago
make
and
sense
the
to
entrance
me.
hidden. We can't help you.
The Moshai could. She's our most revered scientist and elder. She knows this vault.
But now the Ket have her, and our rescue attempts failed. She's lost to us, and you.
There must be another way. How can I convince you? Can I offer help?
Arrogant. I don't know you, let alone trust you. Why would I want your help?
Of course.
Ephra, I feel... Ephra, what this alien says is extraordinary. The Moshai would want us to be brave and not let this chance pass.
Joel, you talk too much.
Let me assess this, alien. I'll be your eyes. I know you can spare me.
Go if you want. But when he tries to kill you, be prepared to strike first.
I'm Jal Amaderav. I'll be your envoy through Angaran space.
It's gonna be cozy, so I hope you like people.
I hope I don't regret this.
Me too.
I've organized my analysis of Aya. Shall I relay it to the Nexus?
Definitely.
Be careful out there.
You know I will.
You really think the Moshai is alive?
I'm sure of it.
Don't kill yourself bringing her home.
No promises.
Okay.
I'm here to
Ryder,
assist you.
ship's fixed up and ready to fly.
Your ship is... We have nothing like it.
Wait till you see the inside.
It gets better.
Oh, yeah.
You ready to go?
I'll introduce you to the rest of my crew.
Okay, so Cobra Commander here was now part of my crew. Yeah, maybe Javik did spread the learning genes.
I'm just saying, as far as first contact goes, at least that went better than the last one.
Only slightly.
Yeah, what happened? I wanted to look around.
We'll
And
get a
now we
chance
have
to do
another
that,
mouth to
PV.
feed, whatever he eats.
You guys are
Did
not...
the translators not work?
They work.
Come on, everyone. Can we just all please try to... just listen up?
Begging. Interesting strategy.
Ryder, we followed our best lead here, and now we don't even have that.
Jarl has offered to do what he can to help us access the vault on Aya.
How do we do that when we're leaving the planet it's on?
That's a fair point. Jarl?
Seriously?
Settle down. Ryder's right. There's an Angara right here. Let's hear from the new guy.
One day, about 80 years ago, the Archon and the Ket arrived in Helios, and the horror began.
They declared war?
Nothing so easy to define or fight.
The Ket kidnap Angara. Their people disappear without a trace. What if they were us?
Sure, I'll fight Ket all day long, but that's no plan.
I agree. We need to get into that vault, Ryder. Surprisingly, I'm with PB. Our own mission has to take priority.
We have a plan.
Not really. Their
Pretty solid,
mission
Jarl.
gets
There is
priority
a stretched
so that
thin.
we can
I was
do our
tasked with
mission.
traveling to two of our worlds at our briefing this morning. And you'll accompany me.
Because?
Because then, Ephra will see you as trustworthy. You want that.
Jarl's told me about these two worlds, Havarl and Vold.
Before the Scourge disaster, Vold was a thriving planet of billions, a shining center of technology and life.
And now?
It's the center of our ground war against the Ket. Our resistance base is fighting Ket Command for control of the planet.
What about the other?
Havarl is the birthplace of the Angara. It's started to degrade, to become wild and dangerous. We suspect a remnant.
Now we're talking.
We've recently lost contact with our scientists.
Still don't get how any of this helps us.
I do. Help us, or rather help me, and I'll vouch for you, right? Because Jarl wants inside Aya's vault too.
Pathfinder, it's your call.
Don't know yet. Just be ready to go at a moment's notice. Got it?
You bet.
Jarl, give Callow the nav points for both planets. Let's do this.
That is an excellent spot for me to take a quick break to stretch my legs,
My first impressions.
get myself another
Even their body
adult
language is
beverage.
so
I hope that
emotional.
y'all will
I can't wait for my first
also
session with Jarl.
help yourselves to a refreshed beverage, a new snack, stretch your legs. I will be back in 3 to 5 minutes. Take care. I am back. Hope everybody had a chance to refresh those drinks, get yourselves a snack, stretch your legs, take a bio break if necessary. And now we are off. But first, I need to talk to the crew again. Because anytime there's changes, we want the crew to give some input.
One hell of a trip this is turning out to be. Hostiles, ruined worlds, no home in sight. Everyone's getting toasty. There was a 2-hour argument yesterday and no one even knew how it started.
That's not good.
Luckily, I have the perfect way for people to unwind. Movie night.
Taking a breather for a good movie? I could get behind that.
Best part is,
Good to hear,
it doesn't need to be
Beezer.
good. Still get mileage out of the bad ones. It's worth it to jumpstart everyone's pioneer spirit and all that. The Tempest
Ooh.
database is pretty dry. Could
You
download
didn't bring me a
from
Frosty?
Nexus Ops to
I
see what
feel
got to work?
crushed.
If I have time.
Thanks. Everyone will appreciate it.
Get a movie library download from the Nexus. Got it. I can do that.
So, Jarl.
So,
We haven't had a chance to talk alone. You comfortable in here?
I took it. It feels strange to stay with the others. They are... you are... aliens.
And you're alien to us. So there. We have something in common.
We can look at it as a place to start.
Lieutenant, the neighbors are allowed to walk by.
If we're all aliens, it's about what kind of alien we are.
You had no idea about us, but you signed up to help us anyway.
Perhaps it had nothing to do with you.
Care to elaborate?
Frosties are some of the best.
I do not.
Best indulgences I've had.
How do you know Moshae Sefa?
She's our greatest mind on the Remnant. I was his student.
You studied the Remnant too?
A little. I was terrible. I quit. Or she threw me out. One of those. We're still very close.
So, is that your rifle?
It is now. It's Ket. With my own modifications. I like to tinker, to get my hands on something.
You and PB would get along great.
Take it apart.
That's a skill I know we can use. But I have one request. Please don't take apart my ship.
You're right. I signed up. Volunteered for this. It's exciting. There's something unique about you. Uneasy, raw.
The Baconator is an awesome sandwich.
Somehow profound.
I shouldn't eat more than one of those a year based on how heavy I am, but yeah, that's a
Angara
great
feel
sandwich.
deeply. We have more trouble hiding our emotions than showing them. I should get back to my work.
When we have downtime, I'd love to watch you work.
Sure. I could show everyone.
No. Just us. So we can get to know each other better?
Oh,
Or
good
just
lord, no,
share a hobby?
I'm trying to learn about you, not
Good.
trying to start a personal relationship. Good lord, that's another thing. BioWare made interpersonal communication a lot easier in Mass Effects 1 through 3. You almost always knew what it was you were about to say. Even if you
I
got...
did not like the look of that Archon. Maybe the Angara will let me pitch a 10 on Aya for the duration.
Didn't think you were the type to run from trouble.
Well, when you put it that way. All right. Next time, keep him on the line. I might have something to say.
I like it when you flirt. I wouldn't want you to stop.
Have I flirted with you? Don't worry, Ryder. I'm relentless. It relaxes me.
What drew you to the Remnant?
Are you kidding? It's evidence of a sophisticated species no one knows anything about. It doesn't get more intriguing than that. There's so much to discover. I want to be the first to figure them out. And the tech, it's on a different scale.
Doug?
If we can appropriate it, who knows what advances we'll make.
I think I'm going to be having a Baconator and a Frosty tomorrow. It is darn tempting.
Thanks for chatting. We'll talk again later.
You know it.
Even in the instances where you said something slightly different from what you thought you were going to say in Mass Effects 1 through 3, it was never as difficult as Fallout, for example.
That Archon. Arrogant son of a bitch. Maybe that's redundant for a cat.
He's also the first kid who bothered to talk to us. That's useful intel.
True. They can communicate. They just prefer to open fire. So, what else is new?
After 4 years with Asari Commandos, you must have some great war stories.
Nasira assassinated a Krogan warlord with a pack of playing cards once.
A pack of cards?
Choking hazard, apparently.
Wow. See you later, Cora.
I'll be here.
I like Cora. She's got a lot of personality. I'm not super.
Taking the Angara, old man?
Strong, honorable survivors. Been a while since I encountered a new friend.
Not super sure she.
Last time was the humans.
Oh, yeah. You lived through first contact with them.
Oh,
didn't
geez.
you?
Does it have racy love scenes? Because Mass Effect 2 and 3 had some pretty racy scenes.
Mostly water.
Harsh. Don't let Ryder hear you.
Not Cora. Chlora. Cora. That's hilarious.
Terraforming, Atmo processors, gravity wells, life-destroying murder bubbles. We really had no idea what Helios was about, did we?
If we knew what it was all about, it wouldn't be an adventure. It would just be moving. And everyone hates moving. Just the packing alone, ugh.
Point taken. I'm just saying. I really hope you have a plan, Ryder.
The plan's the same. We find a home. Whatever that takes.
Keep that drive. Makes me believe we can make it. I mean, we have to make it. The alternative is not even worth thinking about.
You know, I have to say this because it's worth saying. The alternative is securing the resources to refuel the arcs and send them back. Beezer, I don't want to have the love scenes in a video game be that interactive, but it would be hilarious.
You were on the Nexus when the revolt happened?
When you promise people golden worlds and all they get are wastelands and a death cloud, they riot. Some wanted to go home, some demanded answers, and a couple just wanted to stir shit up.
And you?
Some days I wondered if the exiles had a point. Maybe we were conned into coming here. But why would the initiative go to all this trouble just to screw us over? Thing about conning people, you always know something they don't, and that's why the con works. And if I'm going to pick a side, I'm picking the liars.
How did you hear of the Andromeda initiative?
Short answer, Cash.
I'm going to try not to break any hearts. I'm going to try to
I thought it was a
focus
one-time deal, but she came back.
on
Once,
a
twice.
single
Eventually, I
relationship.
figured out something was going on, something big,
So
with
that
creds behind it.
others
I asked and she told me
don't
about
get
the
that
initiative. New galaxy,
broken
new
heart.
home. Couldn't pass that up.
You probably have work to do. We can chat later.
You know where to find me.
I want to be friendly with most of the people on my crew.
I've seen a lot of shit in my life, but that vault certainly was a first. Things are gonna be interesting with you around, kid.
Doesn't matter what life throws at me. It's what I make of it, right?
You keep that going, you just might live as long as I have. Minus 0 at the end.
Now that we've been digging, it's clear you were right about Spender.
Guy like that'll do anything to get ahead. Just wonder how far he went.
We can talk more later.
Sure.
Theoretically, I broke a few hearts in my past. Theoretically. Aw, there's my friendly pie jack.
How'd you resist all that tasty fruit on Aya, huh?
Check your helmet before you put it on. This scratch? He was sleeping in mine.
Aw. Don't scare the pie jack. He's a friendly pie jack. Look at him. I would have one. Okay, she located what she needs on Vold, and I'm thinking Vold might be the better place to go first. I'm not going to date track. Battletoads are for combat, not for dating. I'm thinking Vold might be the better place to go first because Jal said that that's where the ground war is. So the fight there will be against the Archon's Ket. So PB might get what she's looking for first. Oh, Carrie wants to talk to me again. I have to say, I really love the view from my room. And if I'm not mistaken, I am directly below the bridge here. Oh, you sound so cute. That's where this is the med bay. The doc is still not in here. She must be still upstairs. Again, in a vessel designed for combat, ladders are fine, right? But that glass floor between here and the bridge, that's a liability.
So we have a stowaway.
You mean PB?
She's decided to set up in one of the escape pods. You don't need a psychologist to tell you that one's got commitment issues.
How long have you and Harry been friends?
I remember when he didn't complain about arthritis. We met at a medical convention on the Citadel. He was moderating a panel on neurosurgery in low-gravity environments. His name card was crooked, but he was so damn confident, I knew we'd be friends.
How do you think the crew is holding up?
I'm happy to share what I can without violating patient confidentiality. Anyone in particular? I sort them in their files, and my brain by species.
How do you think the human crew members are handling things?
There's a lot of them.
How's Cora doing?
She's processing. Your father was her mentor. She expected to follow in his footsteps, but he gave the role of pathfinder to you. Just because she trusts his judgment doesn't mean she's not confused. Or hurt.
Suvi okay?
Suvi's strong sense of faith keeps her grounded. I'm not spiritual, but there's a beauty in how her mind rationalizes religion and science.
I have to agree with that. There
Gil
is a
likes to use
beauty in the
humor
way
as a defensive technique.
she blends
He'd rather bury
science
himself in the
to
nomads than
religion.
tackle emotions head on.
Basically, with Suvi,
how's Liam?
it's the
A
6 days of
handful.
creation.
Every time I patch him up, he breaks something
How
new.
long is a day to God?
Liam's we can't lose attitude
Scientists
is
say a
commendable.
day is 24
But I
hours,
worry
so
how he'll react when something
6 days
does go wrong.
is 142 hours. Scientists say
I'd like to check in on the non-human crew.
Ask away.
A year
Is
is
PB
a
all
year.
right?
It's
She's avoiding
365
me.
days.
Probably thinks I'll poke her with a needle if she gets too close.
But
to be fair, you're always giving me shots.
in the Judeo-Christian
hallway.
background, how long is a year when we're talking about the years since creation? No, you can't jump down, and that's kind of annoying.
Tell me about Vetra.
Vetra's used to having someone depend on her. I think that's why she's so resourceful and likes providing for other people. That being said, I think she could use a little me time.
Is Jarl doing okay?
He's adjusting. The rest of us have at least some understanding of each other's cultures. But to Jarl, we're all outsiders. It's a lot to take in. I'd say he's doing pretty well.
Of all of the alien
Distract good?
crew members.
That old bastard's always
I would give
good.
bravery
I've never met anyone who
to
can be so
Jal.
stubborn and so appreciative.
He volunteered
Could
to
you
go with
look out for him,
an
Ryder?
alien crew to do something he thought was important that would mainly help the alien crew. She wants me to look out for a fucking Battletoad.
Don't worry, Lexi. I'll keep an eye on him.
Thank you. And maybe don't mention I asked.
Okay, so she likes the Battletoad.
How's our Solarian?
He's quite the gossip. Tight-lipped about himself, though.
Thanks for the insight. So, how did a sorry doctor end up on the human Ark?
Specialist in alien anatomy, remember? That includes humans. Also, Harry insisted. Maybe he always intended to switch jobs.
How did you get into medicine?
My mum was a dancer on Omega. Dad was a bouncer. I'd patch him up after busy nights. Discovered I had steady hands. They put every credit they earned into my education.
Are they here in Helios?
I can't
No.
place her accent.
Both died in a turf war.
Initially, I thought it
Made
was
leaving the
English.
Milky Way behind easier.
I don't think it's English.
I'll let you get back to it.
I'll be here if you need me.
I mean, she's speaking the English language, but I don't think that she is...
I can try talking to him for you.
That's kind, Subi, but I don't think it will help.
Alright, somebody's got something to say to me. Start with Subi.
We might have a problem. I was running some numbers, mass balances and such. The Tempest is carrying about 70 kilos of extra mass. I think something's aboard that doesn't belong.
Is it a problem that we're carrying extra
70
mass?
kilos is
Not
about
mechanically, but it's something
170
heavy and
some
unexplained.
odd pounds.
That's not good. Our internal sensors aren't getting anything, but they're not as powerful as a Pathfinder's scanner. Can you take a look?
All right. I'll look around the ship and see what I can find. None of the equipment in here would produce extra mass readings.
I think it's hilarious that the crew's trying to game each other in poker. You're telling me I can see it through the wall, but I can't scan it through the wall.
No extra mass in the airlock. Too bad. It'd be easy to get rid of it.
Wow, that's kind of heartless, considering the specific amount of weight is like your own body weight, dude. Of course I have time to
He's a
pet
good
you.
boy, aren't you? Aren't you? You do know Pyjack's pee anywhere, right?
Why are you complaining about...
No extra mass in the bathroom. Phew. 70 kilos is a lot to flush away. Everything here looks normal. No stowaways, no extra mass.
Nothing in med bay. What about the kitchen? No.
Got it. Suvi, that extra mass is behind the storage room bulkhead.
Behind it?
It looks like a construction mech welded right into the hull.
Scanning the parts has activated an audio log.
I think I know what that's about, Ryder. Come up to the bridge. Those parts you found welded in the storage room. I recognize them.
From where?
They belong to the ship's lead designer, Lucille Diawara. She broke her back during construction. But Lucille wouldn't abandon her ship. She converted a construction mech into a rig she could wear. She must have welded it into the hull. Her artist's signature.
Not even a broken back could stop her dream.
Sam, didn't you find an audio log with Lucille's rig? Can you play it?
Sam found my construction gear then. Well done. One of you Pathfinders got the Tempest. Mason Barrow, Zevin Reka, Matriarch Ishara, Alec Ryder. You were the best of us.
Dad's gone. Makes you wonder how many other Pathfinders made it.
We'll find out. It's what you do.
Take care of my ship and each other. Whatever is in Andromeda, you're the Milky Way to them. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep.
I never thought I'd hear Lucille's voice again.
She really cared about the Pathfinders. Enough to give them her rig. For luck.
Lucille made it a part of the Tempest. Let's keep it that way.
I'll see to it, Ryder.
Thanks. Now let's go make her proud.
And that covers the crew. They automatically gave me the Helping Havar. One of my questions about my choices here. I could go to Havarl to help scientists with what appears to just be a wilding of the world, which would be, I'm not sure what, but probably just some wildlife for combat. And some exploration. Generally speaking, wildlife isn't a big threat, or hasn't been to this point, I should say. Or I can go to Vold. PB wants data from Vold. And we're fighting the Ket directly at Vold. But do I want some experience under my belt before I go to Vold? Maybe get some skills built up. I apparently have access to biotics. I didn't realize that engineers got access to biotics. That's news to me. I can get sniper rifle training, which means I can go back on EOS and build a sniper rifle to that research facility. Once I have 9 skills invested in combat, I can start getting flak cannon. Alright. Tap button throws a grenade that causes massive area damage after 2-second fuse. Hold button shortens the grenade's fuse before throwing. The grenade will explode if held too long. Activation requires 1 cell from Omni Grenade's limited power cell supply. And I can do overload and assault turret already. Alright, the Predator does great damage, has a 450 rate of fire, which is about 2/3 the rate of fire of the Pathfinder. Has a small magazine. Max ammo is lower by about 150 actually. Accuracy is less. More. Accuracy is more. But weight is massively less. Comparable weight is the Pathfinder Ranger 1. They're both Ranger 1s. Okay. The Pathfinder is a better rifle in all regards, except magazine size and max ammo. Oh, accuracy is better. Weight is identical. Rate of fire is better, and damage is way better. So yeah. The damage is incredibly higher, but half the magazine size and a lower rate of fire. Max ammo is the same, accuracy is the same, weight is identical. And I'm not allowed to equip it, so... Let's take a look at tech. I have turret, level 2, for durability. Let's rank our turret up to 3. Overload to 2. Now let's get to combat and start thinking about combat. I want to spend some points on assault rifle and pistols, being I'm carrying both. Let's get some grenades going. I'm allowed to put points into sniper rifles and shotguns, but I'm not currently allowed to take a sniper rifle and shotgun. I'm going to put a point in sniper rifles and see if it lets me choose one in my loadout. I think I have to be a higher level to take additional weapons. But it doesn't hurt to have sniper rifle already started, that's for sure. We'll make a barricade. Duration plus 35 or plus 1 power cell capacity. I want it to last longer. And remember that my squad mates can get behind it with me. And now you get some bonuses for being behind the barricade. 15% accuracy and damage, or increased power, damage, and force. I'm going to go with accuracy and damage because, I have to be honest, I tend to shoot more than use powers. Greatly reduce shield regeneration delay. That would be nice. So our shields start regenerating faster. I don't know what synthetic foes we're going to find. But if someone charged our shield, I think the shield delay bonus is really where it's at, though. So I'm going to do that. And see, now I can take flat cannon if I want. But then I'd have to get rid of one of these to use it. But I can take combat fitness, which benefits me. That's 1 point. That's 3 points. That's 6 points. See, now I may be able to take another weapon. I would have enjoyed a version of the game where donating to the dancers was possible. I don't see why that aspect was not there. Because they certainly didn't shy away from adult topics. Now, I was born in the 60s, so the 80s was a big part of my early life. Big hair. Transition from bell bottoms to straight legs. Silk shirts. And the death of disco. I remember when there were no home video game consoles. Or at least none in most homes. So anyway, back to our journal. Helping the scientist has the likeliness of increasing my abilities before we go to a combat situation. Going to the combat situation helps me also gain experience for combat, but also puts me in a place where I can work on PB's quest. Succeeding in that will give me experience. I had one of the first Nintendos too. The gun was a camera. Very inventive. It is a controller as well, but it's a camera. The interesting thing is when you play Duck Hunt, which is the most common game anybody needed the gun for in the early Nintendo days, when you pulled the trigger, the screen flashes, and it's white. But there's several pixels that are a different color in the duck. If not enough of those pixels are present in the image that the camera in the gun captures, you missed. That's all it did. It took a picture of the screen looking for pixels of a certain color. Super inventive controller. Sneaking out to play Duck Hunt and Mario Brothers. I don't know how many times I did that myself. Oh my gosh. And I was an older kid, young adult at the time. Like I said, I could be killing 2 quests at once doing this one. But I tend to believe that the game defaulted to this one. Because it's the easier of the two. And PB's great and all. And I really do love PB as a character. But I gotta go to the Havarl.
Anomaly on sensors. Deploying probe. Tracking a huge mineral deposit.
I'll go to that mineral deposit. I remember playing the original Atari, Pitfall, and expecting, I don't know what, from that game. But I'd sneak to play that game. And hours would go by.
Anomaly on sensors.
And then the original PlayStation.
Probes launched. Tracking a huge mineral deposit.
Playing sports games, hockey. Pitfall was hard. Intentionally hard. I was shocked years later when I read about how the devs of games like Pitfall and Raiders of the Lost Ark intentionally made levels that were so difficult to beat that you would have to look them up. And then, of course, you know, we had to wait until a magazine was published because we had no internet then. So you had to wait for the Game Insider magazine to get printed. and hope that your game that you were working on was in their articles.
Anomaly on sensors. Probes launched. Satellite detected.
Yeah, my mom could hear when we were sneaking out of the room. She had no compunction about telling us when we thought we had been successful in sneaking away. But she did give us a little bit of freedom to sneak away. Or think we were sneaking away anyway. Okay, so we've checked everything here. I used to love... Now, this'll date me. Video games.
Our ancestors came from this system. From Havaru.
Video games, when I was a kid, existed only down at the arcade or at the corner store where they could afford a machine.
I'm picking up something.
And I used to go hunting
Probe away.
for my favorite
Tracking a
machines
huge mineral deposit.
with as many quarters as I could
Anomaly
find
on sensors.
in my pocket.
Probe away. Anomaly found.
Donkey Kong. I was a big fan of the Star Wars arcade cabinet, where you had to fly your X-Wing and destroy the Death Star. Good night, Doug. Have a good one. Sweet dreams, buddy. Oh, heck, you put an exclamation point there. I thought that there was something I needed to do there. When my older brother started dating
Deploying probe.
the woman who eventually became his wife, she was assistant manager at a theater. The theater had the X-Wing, the Star Wars Death Star game. And you know, you fly against a bunch of TIE fighters, and you had that kind of wire mesh outline of your opponents and even part of your own ship. And then you went into the trench in the Death Star, and you had to get through to blow it up. Yeah, nobody understands that. because everybody is in a world where games don't have scores anymore. The few that do have actual score counters are undermined by the fact that you've got 100 websites telling you how to get through them and get the top score possible. So everybody's got the high score. And yeah, in the old days, you used to go there and you had quarters out the butt to play those games. And I used to love the fact my brother's girlfriend, my sister-in-law now, she would go out in the lobby and she would open up the coin mech on the game, and she'd process like 100 credits into the machine for me. And be like, okay, you go ahead and do that. I'm going to work. And it was free babysitting for my mom. And it didn't really cost the theater anything because no one was lined up to play the game cabinet. And because it got so many plays, the people who owned the game cabinet left it in the lobby. And I could play all day on that machine. It was great fun. And I am sort of putting off the going to the planet because we're very much at the end of the stream. So next week we will be actually landing on the planet and conducting our quests here. Yeah. The token mechs were really cool. You would slide your dollar bill into the thing and it would spit it back at you 2 or 3 times before you finally got it flat enough to get it to take it and give you $1 worth of tokens or $5 worth of tokens. And then you went straight from that machine to a beeline to the machine you wanted to play, and you hope nobody went there before you. I played Sub Hunter, X-Wing, or I think it was just called Star Wars at the time, because I don't think there was a whole lot of Star Wars stuff out at the time. I liked Missile Command. And I can't remember the name. I think it was called Afterburner. It was the first cabinet I had ever seen where you sat in the seat and you were flying the jet plane and it moved as you were playing. So if you put the nose down, the back end of the cabinet came up and you were face down into the dogfight, and you pulled back on the stick and the back of the cabinet dropped down and you were looking up at the ceiling basically. I love those old machines. Nowadays kids don't understand the idea of going somewhere to play a video game. It's not the same. But there was excitement in there. And then on the way home, you'd go out to the arcade and you'd spend 2-3 hours wasting money at the arcade. But then on the way home, you stopped at your favorite comic book store and you picked up the 1 book or the 2 books that you could afford. Oh. You know what? We should miss our childhood, because that's when the world was wide open to us. And it's sad to miss our childhood, but you know what? It's happy that we all remember our childhood, when the world was a simpler place. Well, we could be anything we wanted to be. All we had to do was want. And I think that's where I'm going to leave the stream tonight. On that happy thought that we could all be what we wanted to be. And we still could. I want to thank everybody for coming out for the up to 3 hours that you've spent with me, scanning the planets and finishing quests here in the Andromeda Galaxy. I had a great time bringing it to you. I hope you had a great time viewing it. Until next time, take care, everybody. Check in on friends and family. Make sure everybody's okay. Share a little bit of the warmth that we discovered in the game consoles of the past. I'm Rob. Good night, all.